In this video, we're going to look at 5 early signs of autism so that by the end of this video, you'll be able to notice autism in children quite fast. Coming right up. Hey everyone, welcome back to the Aspie world. I'm Dan, I have Aspergers, ADHD, OCD and dyslexia. I make weekly videos on autism and Aspergers, so consider subscribing to see more of these type of videos. In this video, we'll be covering 5 of the best early signs of autism in children, so if you are suspicious that a child may have autism, you should be able to figure this out with this video. Hey, how are you all? I hope you're all super excited for Christmas. I know I'm super pumped for Christmas. I did all of my Christmas shopping this weekend, so I'm just literally got like tiny bits to get, and it's going to be so awesome. I'm really looking forward to Christmas. Let me know how you're all getting on with your Christmas shopping in the comments below. Oh, I have merch now. This is my merchandise. This is my own baseball tee. Be creative, and it's ASD for Autism Spectrum disorder. How cool is this? The links are in the description below if you're interested where you can get them from. But this is my make. I'm so happy about it. Okay, so first up, we're gonna read a comment from one of you from my comment section, and this one is from Nathan Zachary, and they said, I have OCD and ASD. I think I might have ADHD, but I'm not sure what to do. Well, my advice for that would be to go to your doctor, explain the situation and your current diagnosis, and just say that you suspect me of this other one, and then they should be able to take you through the process of how to get that sorted. If you'd like me to read out your comment, make sure you hit that bell icon on desktop and mobile, because I'll be picking from the first 30 commenters at the beginning of every video to read out a comment. Okay, so on with the video. So here are 5 early signs of autism in children, and the first one is that the child will not respond to eye contact. So we will not make eye contact with the parents or friends or family or anybody, regardless if it's a familiar voice or whatever, or if they know the person. They just won't make the eye contact. They won't make the eye contact when you're feeding them or when you're smiling at them or playing. So that's something generally to look out for, because eye contact is something really difficult for people on the autism spectrum to deal with, and I suppose it's prevalently common in children. They're still experiencing the world at an incredible rate, so eye contact is going to be super difficult for them. So number 2, it's quite an important one, because a lot of people think that they'll get misdiagnosed, think that their kids may be deaf or their children may be deaf, when in actual fact it's just that they have autism. So one of the things to look out for is that they won't respond to their name when it's being called. So if, you could be calling the name for hours, or you're trying to ask them something and they zone out, or they focus on something else and then they can't hear your name. But it's not that they're deaf. So a lot of people get their kids tested and they realize that they're not deaf, and they're like, oh, what the heck is going on? So that's one of the early signs. A lot of people get misdiagnosed of being deaf, or suspicion of being deaf, when actually it's autism. Number 3 is that the child will usually not play with other kids or children the same way as the other children will play with other children, if you know what I mean. So their imaginary play is limited to a certain degree, and they won't really socialize in play, if that makes sense. So children with Aspergers Syndrome and autism don't usually socialize with children in the same way as the other typical kids it would. So it's something to watch out for. Number 4, they will not respond to like pointing or waving. They won't like point to something. So if a child wants something, they'll point at it usually, or typically. But with a child with autism, they won't point at an item, and they won't like wave goodbye with those gestures. Those social kind of norms or gestures of communication are amiss with children with autism, and it's a really good sign to see if they're responding to those types of stimuli. And if they're not, then there's possibility that they could be on the spectrum. Number 5 is the child will not make noises to get your attention. So a lot of children make noise to get their parents' attention, and they learn to speak by doing this, and they learn to speak at a typical rate. But people with autism and Asperger's sometimes have delayed speech, and they will usually not make noises to get your attention. They're very quiet and perceived as super shy children. So this is something, again, to look out for, because this is a super interesting one. You're trying to assess a child for potential autism. Okay, so I thought I'd give you guys a bonus one here. So this is number 6. This isn't in the initial 5, but I just thought I'd throw this one in here. So a child with autism may not respond to being picked up and stuff. So when you pick a child up, they kind of respond to it. They want to give you hugs, or they'll respond with their body to kind of being picked up. But a child with autism may not respond the same as a typical child in doing that and picking them up. If you'd like to learn more about autism and Asperger's, make sure you hit that subscribe button above here. To see my last video, it's over here. And here is a video that YouTube think you will like. I'll see you next time, guys. Peace!